Hey guys, welcome back to another in real life karting video. We're back for this is round number 4 of the 2022 SRK Championship, round number 4 and part 2 of the Revolution Indoor Karting Challenge at Race World Exeter. If you haven't already seen round number 3's video, please go and check that out. I will put the link in the description below. You really need to check it out, otherwise you won't know what's going on here. You won't basically get what's going on, so please go watch it. I won't ruin what happened yet, so yeah, go do that, then come back to this. But anyway, so we're back now on the normal circuit, and something that is going to change here is we actually have to do pit stops. So for those of us in the RKC, basically what you do, you have to come into the pit on each race, stop in a box, completely stop, and that's a very important point here. Actually, I'm going to show you here. I'm going to come into the pit, so here we go, into the pit lane, see the box here, stop inside that box, completely stop, there we go, move into the next box, completely stop, there we go, and move back out, without knocking any of the cones over, not out braking yourself, being in that box, and completely stopping. If you don't, there will be penalties, and that is a big part of today, which you will see later. But anyway, heat number 1, we are starting in first place. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it, to be honest. I got a little bit confused about the grid box still, but oh wait, no, it's the next one. Not used to starting this high up. So here we go, 5 red lights. And away we go for heat number 1 of this normal circuit. We've got a lovely little around the inside, and yeah, just a reverse track of what we was doing earlier, but this is the normal one. I've had a really good start. We're still up in first place, so it couldn't have went any better than what it's going right now. Over the hill, you get a lot more speed, a lot more air over the hill there, which feels quite fun. I could kind of feel myself kind of jumping up the seat when I was going up the top of the hill, which is great fun. But just looking to the inside now, got one of the SRK one drivers, which I think is Luke Evans, who's gone up the inside, and we've going to decide to just stay with him and probably just follow him, just try to pull away from everyone behind, because like I said, all we want to do really this round is we want to qualify for the super final. That is my goal, that is my target. So as long as we're in the top 5 SRK2 drivers who haven't already qualified, we will make it into the final later on today. But Luke, up in front, isn't actually pulling away as much as I thought he would at the start, so we're kind of just sticking with him at the moment, waiting for that pit lane to open. As you can see, pit lane on the left there, it opens after lap 2. And we're just trying to think about a time to pit where we can, at the moment our pace is alright, our pace is pretty good, but we decided we're going to pit on this lap. So into the pit box, completely stop as we do, into the next box, completely stop as we do, and there we go, out of the pits, we must go, E-O, if anyone remembers that. And yeah, we're back out into the race. There's some drivers up ahead still yet to pit. But we haven't actually dropped back as much as I thought we would. We're catching the guy up ahead in that kart number 2, which to me was a horrific kart, and I never want to drive it again. And we're actually, we're catching him pretty quickly. And hopefully, I believe he's actually running in 3rd, so I think we're about 4th at the moment. There you go, checker flag out. Couldn't really get close enough, and we're going to finish that heat in 4th, so our best result of the day so far. And wow, yeah, it was a great way to start the first heat on this circuit, so into the pits. And actually, what actually happened here, and I'll tell you guys now, all the drivers in front of me ended up getting disqualified. They ended up getting penalties for not stopping in the pits correctly. I'm not sure what they did wrong, but apparently they didn't stop, so I actually technically won that heat, which was later confirmed after every heat was finished. So that was a big bag of points and the first win I've ever got in anything, so that's a great start. But now we're back for heat number 2. We're starting P9 right at the back, and we're in this lovely kart number 2, and slow off the line, straight past. This is a very tough heat. We've got a lot of good drivers in this one, so this heat was more about, again, just doing the most I could and hopefully getting a good sum of points, or getting as much as possible. And look how close it gets here. Keep your eye on the left hand side. There's actually a lot of contact. They've got 3 karts sideways. I think we've got Morgan Durrant who's actually sideways there after a bit of contact, and just managed to make it through without getting involved. So we've gained 3 places now, up to about P6, and it's been an ideal first lap for us. But we've still got those pit stops, and I'm sure that will filter out the quicker drivers in front. And actually, as I go past here, I'm not sure if you can see it on the left hand side, there's a guy actually holding a no bumping sign, and I feel like he's holding it to me, and I'm not really sure why. I mean, I don't think I bumped anyone on that lap, but yeah, hopefully I didn't get penalised for anything. But anyways, we've got a driver coming out of the pits that are very close, kind of almost running into the side of them. We do see him, and we do give him room, we give us room, and we just managed to stay out in front. I think that was one of the drivers from the back who was maybe pit, or maybe from the front, I'm not actually too sure. But we need to start considering when we're going to pit. But at the moment, we've got a nice clear track, so there's no need to pit at the moment. Then again, I say that and I actually do pit, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Into the box, stop, let's get forward. As you see, this car is so sluggish off the line. That is the bad quality of this car. It's really slow off the line, but we've come out in a nice clean space. And this is all about just putting your foot down now and just trying to extract every single bit of performance from this car, and just trying to finish up as hard as possible. Really nice braking zone there, but as you can see, Morgan Down he actually had a crash earlier. He was the part that was sideways. He's come out in front of us after he's pit, and we've got another driver up the inside here. That is Seb Miller. Again, 2 very fast drivers. And yeah, there's not really much I can do to fight them, so they got past us. I'm just going to try to filter in behind, and I just want this race to finish, really, because there's nothing we can really do with the kart that's this slow. You can see, I know they're quicker than me, but even in the straight lines, how much they're extracting, how much they're stretching their advantage over them just on the straights is quite a lot. So yeah, this was probably the hardest race of the day, because it was just quite frustrating. Finishing kind of this low down when, especially after an incident, when the guys around it really held up. But yeah, not all the kart, definitely a bit of me. But like I said, it's going to be a series. It's rental karting. Some karts will be slow, some karts will be good. It's just the way it works. Unfortunately, so it's just the way it is. At the moment, we're just trying our absolute best to stick with the guys in front, but they're getting more and more out of focus as the race goes on. It's actually getting a little bit lonely here now. I'm starting to feel a little bit lonely and a little bit sad. I think I want some company, but I don't think I'm going to get any. I love that corner though, when you come down the hill and you just kind of sharp brake and accelerate around the corner. That was a really fun corner, probably my favourite corner on the track. Maybe it won't go that far. The first corner, the long sweeping right-hander was fun. Always trying to get that right. It's probably my favourite corner on the track. But yeah, there we go. Up the start finish straight. Checker flag is out, and that's the race of pain over. Heat 2 finished 9th out of 10, so it's not dead last, which I'm going to take as a positive. But yeah, thank God that race is over. So after a very strong first race, we finished 4th, we then go on to get our worst result of the day, 9th. So the two contrasts, and I know that this next race, heat number 3, is going to be extremely important to our shots at getting through to the to the super final. So heat 3, we're starting P6, and at least we're in kart number 2 this time. Lining up on the grid, sitting very neatly in that pit box and just getting ready to go. So as the 5 red lights come on, they go out. It's a decent start, but the guy in front kind of just comes over a bit as the kart number 2 has a very, very slow start. We're trying to go around the outside of Nichols, but it just ain't going to work out. We've got the inside line again, going up the inside. We've got past Joel Nichols, but we've got a bit of contact there from the right hand side, and there's a bumping going on pretty much everywhere. I've then hit the inside barrier. I've then been overtaken. Going over the hill, been overtaken again, and it has been a terrible first lap. From starting 6th, we have dropped back like a stone. Mistakes, some of my own, and some of those just being a racing thing. And yeah, I'm starting to see my hopes starting to vanish in the distance, and I'm starting to think to myself, okay, maybe we won't make the super final. Maybe this is kind of going to end here, but I'm going to do my absolute best just to finish up as high as possible. We look for the inside line, and the driver up in front just can't get our nose up alongside. We're definitely a little bit quicker. I'm trying to go for the inside move, and we do try it, but we're just not alongside enough. Make a little bit of contact, but it's all good. We've made it out alive, and we've returned to position just behind driver number 16 in front of us. And I've decided I'm going to pit. I feel faster than this guy. If I can pit now, he pits later. Maybe I can get out in front of him. We completely stop in the box. Ear to the next box. Stop again. And back out the pits. There you go. We've got a nice clear track now. It's going to be push. Let everyone else pit. And hope for the best. That's all we can do. That's all we can do in situations like this. Caught up now to kart number 2 in front of us again. We know how slow that car is because we've driven it a few times today. So I know that I should really be able to get past this driver. He's made a bit of contact there on the inside. We're going to go for the switchback. Not enough room. Make a little bit of contact. Apologising because he definitely can see me behind him there. And I was just feeling frustrated. I was really frustrated about how the race has gone. And I maybe made a few desperate lunges in this race, as you would have seen. But yeah, just trying. I know every point here is going to be vital. You see, look how much we're closing on the straights. What we were losing earlier, we are now gaining. Trying to go around the outside, but he's blocking the inside line. That's all he's got to do to keep us behind. And it's just not a pass. It's just not a pass at the moment, unless I absolutely send it, and I just don't want to be that guy. Yeah, only a few laps left to go. I know this is one of my best opportunities here, so I can get a better exit out of the corner, which we do. We are side by side now, going down the start-finish straight. I'm on the outside, he's on the inside. I'm going to try to stick it around the outside. Kind of just, he keeps what he's doing. We try to switch back to the inside, but there's just not enough room, not enough time, and we're still stuck behind part 2. And I can tell you now, this was the most frustrated I've felt all day. I just wanted to get past. We're going to try doing what we just did again. He's had a much better line through there. We're right up behind. And again, just not possible. Trying to around the outside line. Possibly get a switch back. But every corner is just another... It's just another, could have been a move, but just not possible. Try around the outside there. Try to put him offline a bit. Try to get a better run through the hairpins. But again, just not able to do it. He's got a little bit of a cushion now in front. Come down, start, finish straight. We're going to finish there. It's going to be not a good result. It's P8, so we've gained. No, we started 6th, haven't we? We started 6th, so finished 8th, so 2 places lower. And yeah, just a complete contrast from the first race we had to this. It's, yeah, things are looking grim, and I'm not feeling very positive about the finals until penalties were applied. And this is what I said when I found out they were doing pit stops and we had to be stopping in boxes. I said a lot of people were not going to stop properly, and we saw it in the practices. A lot of people didn't stop properly, they were still rolling, possibly hitting the cones, and I knew if I could just make clean pit stops, I knew it would come my way eventually, and that's exactly what I was planning to do. So I was in P33 after all the penalties applied, 22nd. So I went from D final to C final just because I decided to make my pit stops clean. So we're starting in P2 in the C final. We are currently 4th in class as well. And yeah, I know now that this race is now or never. I have to at least beat 1 or 2 of the SRK2 drivers in this heat to guarantee my place in the super final. And I can tell you now, I was feeling extremely nervous here, just because I knew that it was a lot to ask for. But I really, really, really wanted to get into the super final, and I was going to do absolutely everything I could to make sure that I did. So coming out of the pit lane here, I literally went into the little red barrier there, and I can tell you now that was nerves that kind of made me do that. So a little bit of a pre-race scare, you could call it. So we're lining up in second, nicely in the box. Got Morgan Durrant in front of us again, very quick, and some very, very fast drivers behind us as well. Some SRK1, some SRK2. So this is going to be a very, very tough race, but may I add, probably one of my best races in terms of pace. So 5 red lights. And there we go, away we go. I know kart 2 is slow off the line, so I'm going to cut in front of kart 2 to have that inside line, because I don't want to be on the outside, because I've been on the outside earlier, and I know what happens when you're there. So we've up into P2, we are staying in P2 at the moment. There are a good couple of corners, and this is the perfect start. This is exactly what we need. Morgan's in front of us. If he wins, he goes through. We know if we win, we can get through, but I know that I just cannot beat Morgan. I just don't have his level of pace. So all I want to do, I want to follow Morgan as quickly as I can, build that gap out, wait until someone is behind me, and when I start feeling pressure from behind, then I'm going to pit. So I don't want to pit and come out into traffic. So right now, we've got a clear track in front of us, we've got Morgan in front of us as a reference point. Just going to follow his lines, see when he's braking, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Absolutely pushing it into every single corner. I have never driven this hard in my life, and I don't know if you can see it by the way that I'm driving, but I just felt like I was absolutely on fire. And I've never felt this rush before, or this I just can't explain it. I felt like I was driving like a man possessed, and at the moment things are going exactly how I wanted them to. I mean, they're going better than I thought they would. Like I said, we've got some very, very fast drivers behind us. Some of the BSR boys as well, who are very quick. BSR guys, boys, girls, some very fast drivers, and some very, very quick SRK2 drivers as well. I've decided now's the time to pit. We've got Seb Miller behind us, pressure him to get by us, and I don't want to race Seb. I know he's quicker than me, and it's just going to hold us up. Most importantly, hold me up. We stop in the box, we get a clean pit stop, and away we go. That's the pit stop out of the way. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And now we just have to push, wait for the guys in front of us to pit, and just hope for the best. Absolutely pushing now. I'm extracting everything out of this car. I don't think I could have extracted any more out, even if I tried. It looks like a lonely race, but I can assure you there was a lot of pressure from behind. A lot of pressure from behind. So we've made a little bit of an exit, a little bit of a misjudgment on the exit the corner there. Just kind of tapping the barrier with the rear of the car. We're going to cross the finish line and listen to this. C final, baby. P3. We finished third, and we had to fend off some really, really quick drivers. We finished 22nd overall, 4th in class, and oh my god, what a race that was. I can't tell you guys how tired I was after that. How elated I was to finish in the top 3 of the final. It was just a huge achievement, and one of the best races I've ever driven. Yeah, and I'm just puffing for trying to catch my breath after that, because I know I'm not the fastest guy out there, but I know that I'll definitely give it a go. And yeah, crazy. Little update. Unfortunately, the super final didn't record because my camera ran out of battery, but we made it into the super final, as you would have seen. We started 3rd out of 10 drivers. This was on average finishing position, I think, from the last two rounds. We started 3rd. We actually crossed the line in 4th. I made a bit of a fuck up with a pit stop. I just came behind Sam. Cost me a lot of time. I still don't know why I did that, to be honest. Yeah, we had to make 2 pit stops, and yeah, crossed the line 4th. So I was like, I was close. I'm a bit disappointed. I felt like I could have had a podium, but yeah. And then drama happened. A few drivers got a few penalties, and happened to be one of the drivers on the podium who got a pit lane penalty for whichever reason I'm not sure about. So yeah, that promoted us up to 3rd. So as you can see here, my nice trophy, ended up getting 3rd in the super final. So yeah, obviously would have been nice to do it on the track. You got to comply by the rules. If you don't, you get punished. That's just the way it is. And yeah, I'm super glad that I took those pit stops really slow, because it definitely paid off. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll be back again for some more in real life karting videos, and hopefully some more silverware as well.